Welcome back to the Another Quotes.
One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Where does a thought go when it's forgotten? He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. Religious doctrines are all illusions. They do not admit of proof, and no one can be compelled to consider them as true or to believe in them. Where the questions of religion are concerned, people are guilty of every possible kind of insincerity and intellectual misdemeanor. The behavior of a human being in sexual matters is often a prototype for the whole of his other modes of reaction in life. Religion is an illusion, and it derives its strength from the fact that it falls in with our instinctual desires. It is that we are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love, never so helplessly unhappy as when we have lost our loved object or its love. No, our science is no illusion, but an illusion. It would be to suppose that what science cannot give us we can get elsewhere. In the depths of my heart I can't help being convinced that, my dear fellow men, with a few exceptions, are worthless. The virtuous man contents himself with dreaming that which the wicked man does in actual life. He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore. What we call happiness in the strictest sense comes from the preferably sudden satisfaction of needs which have been dammed up to a high degree. The conscious mind may be compared to a fountain, playing in the sun and falling back into the great subterranean pool of subconscious, from which it rises. What a distressing contrast there is between the radiant intelligence of the child and the feeble mentality of the average adult. He does not believe that does not live according to his belief. Everywhere I go I find a poet has been there before me. The madman is a dreamer awake. Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love have, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. Immorality, no less than morality, has at all times found support in religion. Whoever loves becomes humble. Those who love have, so to speak, pawned a part of their narcissism. The act of birth is the first experience of anxiety, and thus the source and prototype of the effect of anxiety. If you can't do it, give up.